Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is your host, Rising Oblivion. Today, guys, I want to talk a little bit about Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden's ports that are coming January 19th. Now, before we jump into this, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to my giveaway. Yes, I'm giving away a copy of Persona 3 Portable and a copy of Persona 4 Golden. Both of those ports that are coming out the 19th. The giveaway ends the 19th and you'll get your games the day after that. So please go enter if you want to get a free copy of either game. You can enter for both games. You can check out my video that's going to be sort of like pasted at the end of this on the screen. You can click it, or you can check out my latest tweet or just look for the video. It's like a couple videos back or something like that. But before we jump into this, little shout out to my giveaway, but let's go ahead and jump into this video. There is a few things that people don't fully know about this ports, or these ports, I guess you could say, or sort of remasters, or however you want to put it. Some things that people don't kind of know is that these are more than just graphical upgrades. Well, graphical upgrades are great. You're going to be able to play these games at 1080p if you have a PC that's, able to do it 4K or whatever, and of course an increased frame rate. I think Persona 4 Golden had an update where you can only get 120. You can't actually like uncap the frame rate, which it's a JRPG, it's a PS2 game. I think you're going to be fine with 120 frames, but this stuff is all good, and I'm glad that we have this, but there is a little bit more that is going to be happening to these games. And of course, we already have Persona 4 Golden on PC, so this is just going to be a applied update whenever that ends up happening. I think it's around the time, or just whenever we get those two ports coming out, but these are just going to be things automatically put onto these ports for the consoles on Switch and everything else, and of course P3 then going on to PC. But we're getting some more things than just resolution or frame rate changes. We're getting these games to be like the definitive versions of these games with some ease of life stuff. I have an update video talking about this, but I can do a little bit more now when it comes to this, and some people had some thoughts and some things to say against these ease of life changes. Like, one thing being added is the quick save feature. So we're going to be able to save whenever we want to, sort of. And I'm not sure if this is just supposed to be a dungeon quick save or an overall quick save, which I didn't really say in the update video because I wasn't knowing for sure what it was, and I still kind of don't. Quick save features typically in JRPGs, when it comes to like dungeons, you quick save in the dungeon right before you go into like a new area in it, or right before like a boss fight or something. Similar to like I think what some of the older Final Fantasies did, and Dungeon Quest I think did that as well. But either way, that is a feature we're going to be having with this game. Both of these games having the quick save feature. Some argue it's going to make the game way too easy, but man, it's still an optional thing, and you can play these games on a harder difficulty. With how sparingly there are save points in P3 and P4's dungeons, more specifically, I guess, it kind of makes sense with a calendar system during the day. You could do a dialogue option and screw it up, and then just quick save, if you had a quick save right before it, pick like the so-called, like right dialogue option. That I think is a little cheap, and I totally get where that is like maybe a complaint where people are at, because I think you should have to go through with your decisions on that. It kind of sucks if that's what stops you from getting like a true ending, but if you're a person who's never played these before, I think you should have to go through and see the different endings. I think that makes sense and is part of the experience. But the dungeons more specifically is where I argue that the quick save feature is a ease of life access type of thing, and not so much like a game breaking thing. There's also different things with the quick save feature. Like I said, trying new tactics out on a boss fight. It's nice if you're just like one step before, not having to go through any cutscenes and dialogue. You have to mash and mash and mash to get through all this stuff. It is nice just being able to do that. If you're a streamer like me or make content, it's also nice as well to be able just to stop at any point that you want to. Being able to quickly quick save and then just load right back up where you left off on your stream. You don't have to cut anything out. You don't have to stretch on for like another 30 minutes or possibly even an hour for some dungeons that have long cutscenes and stuff like that, to just get to a save point to end your stream when you have like an already messed up like sleeping schedule or something. Not only that, we're getting the album feature, which I talked a little bit about in my update video, but the album feature, we do know some more things about this. It's going to be more than just sort of like, I thought this was going to be a music thing. It's not necessarily a music thing, but also it's more for being able to watch some cutscenes and stuff like that. Persona 4 Golden has some really cool cutscenes, just like the concert bit with Rise. one of my favorite things in Persona 4 Golden is being able to like get to that point. We have that little concert and stuff, and the song's actually pretty good. I've watched it again and again on YouTube like multiple times just because I loved it so much. Like, who would have thought Persona 4 Golden good music? I always loved its music so damn much, but that's going to be something you can like replay or rewatch. And I think some of the Midnight Channel cutscenes and stuff like that are also going to be there, and I know people look up that kind of stuff as well, but the game itself is going to be giving you some features and whatnot where you can look at that. I believe that's more of what that's supposed to be for when it comes to Persona 4 Golden's album feature. P3 doesn't have this, or at least they didn't say it or anything, but we're going to be having that. This game is going to have, you know, better frames for both of this, better resolution for both the games. The quick save feature is nice, the album feature then for Persona 4 Golden, and with the PC being something that these games are going to be played on, especially for how old they are, it is going to be super easy to mod these. This is why I think these games are like the definitive versions of these games. We're going to be able to have, you know, not just in terms of hardware the best stuff ever, but some ease of life stuff as well, and being able to have fan creations also super easily attached to both of these games, which when it comes to a modding community, that leads to more playthroughs, more play hours, and more things that you can do in a game, which inevitably just makes the game stretched out for a longer time when it comes to its community. Things like Skyrim and Fallout and all these other games would not have this stuff. It would not be praised, I think, nearly as long as they have been. Like, Skyrim's been over 10 years, I think 11 years this year, is 12. I can't, well, 2023, I think it's 12. There's no way that game would have been as long, you know, the longevity of it being successful without mods and stuff. So this can breathe more life into the community for both of these games. Now, I know there is one more argument out there as to how Persona 3 could be better. Yes, I know FPS, a whole lot of people like better, and I think I personally also would like it better as well. I haven't played through Portable or FES yet, which is why I'm going to be streaming Persona 3 Portable on the channel when it comes out, and I'll probably run through FES at some point as well, but mods could potentially do something for that. Now, I would much rather have ATLUS give us some sort of selection, whether we want to play FES or Portable with this game, giving us like truly the definitive Persona 3 game. I know ATLUS wanted us to be able to have the female pro tag, and you see it in all the promotional arts for the Persona 25th anniversary and all this stuff. It kind of makes sense why they want to do that, but having the option to play FES is just, you know, better for the cutscenes and everything else. It'd be cool for a modder to try to get to that, and I'm sure, like, for sure people are going to be doing it. There's no way people aren't going to be doing that for that game, which is nice, and you know, I'm glad they will, but we're getting that there. I'm happy that we at least are getting these games. This is what we've wanted. All these games ported over. Being able to experience them, just gameplay being better, the actual graphics being better, the longevity of the game, the album feature, which is just a cool thing in general. It's going to be nice, I think, for just casual fans, but not only that, it's going to be nice for just fans of Persona and ATLUS games in general. We're going to be having two very cool experiences here. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an ATLUS channel. I'll tell you what games are shit. I don't like Soul Hackers 2, like, very much at all, other than its story and its characters. Like, I'll tell you if it's bad, but I don't know. I'm super excited about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think this stuff is good? Do you think the quick save and some of these ease of life things are going to be good for the game? I know there was a whole lot of rumors about Persona 3 being remade, and hey, if it is remade, then good. I'm not putting any money on that. I'm definitely not saying it's something that's going to happen because I don't fully believe that, but I don't know. Do you think it would be better off if we just got a full-on remake of these games rather than these sort of so-called, you know, like, in quotes, remasters of these games? It's kind of hard to say, especially when it comes to games. Remake, I think, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Remasters, I think of just like touching upon the game itself and maybe changing some things. We do know that there's some updates. They changed some text and stuff with these games and fixed a couple of textures and things like that, and I think Persona 4 Golden got an update for that, which is when that frame rate thing happened, having it not uncapped, but locked at 120 being its highest. The ports are going to automatically be, you know, the best. I don't know if it was translation errors or just, I think flat out things were just wrong with the PC port. which we know for sure that sort of like port or whatever is going to be what's given to all the consoles and stuff, that is going to be now fixed and be the best it can be. And that's why they're the definitive versions. These are going to be the best ways to play both of these games. Let me know if you think it is. Check out my giveaway. It should be linked on the screen. You can just click it. I'm not sure if phone can do that or not, but PC definitely can. Click that. You'll be able to enter into my giveaway. If not, it's the pinned tweet on my Twitter. I'm Rising Oblivion on everything, so if you want to find me, that's an easy way to do it. But that's going to be this video, guys. Like, comment, subscribe for more content. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you all so much for watching.